Good morning and welcome to another of the investor matching sessions that we're doing this year with Buying Platform. Just before I jump into a description of how the event today will run, I'll just give you a quick description of Bind in case you don't know it. Bind Platform is an acceleration program that connects up innovation basically with corporate partners. It does this by organizing an acceleration program for startups that run paid pilots, very important point, paid, with corporate customers. This is obviously great for everybody involved. For the startup, it gives them a chance to validate commercially and technologically their solutions with corporate partners. And if the pilot works, well, obviously then the idea is to scale it up within the corporations. For the corporations, it gives them access to innovation and innovative startups that can help them improve their competitive advantage. And in this instance, as in today's event, it allows investors to meet companies that are already validating technologically and commercially their deep tech innovations. So basically, there's a virtuous circle. And hopefully today you'll understand more of that if you're joining us when you see the investors and when you see the startups that are presenting and the solutions that they're presenting. So in terms of the event today, it's very simple format. I'll bring on today we've got three invited investors. I'll bring on the three investors. They'll very briefly talk through their investment theses so that you also know what they do and how they invest and what they're interested in investing in. And then we'll bring on the startups one by one. There's 4 minutes for the pitching, and then there's 5 minutes for questions. We do accept questions from the audience. So if you're watching today and you do have a question, please feel free to put it in the chat on whatever platform you're on, probably LinkedIn. And we'll incorporate it into the conversation. Obviously, we give priority to the questions from the investors, but we'll make sure that there's time to answer your questions as well. So please feel free to turn this into as much of an interactive session as possible. So jumping into it, without more ado, I will bring on Tomás and Teresa and Guillermo. And guys, it's all yours to present very quickly your funds. Given the way we're on screen, Tomás, if you start, Guillermo, and then Teresa.
Of course, thank you so much, Tom, for the intro. So Indico has been around since 2018. It was the first substantial VC in Portugal, and we invest in Portugal, Italy, Spain, as well as the diaspora, so Portuguese family in the UK, Italian family in the US. And since 2018, we've backed more than 50 companies. In some shape or form, we've been involved in the making of 10 unicorns. 3 of the GPs were involved in 3 unicorns previous to Indico. And Indico, we have 7 unicorns in our portfolio. In terms of our stage, we invest from seed to Series B, and we invest in both in software as well as in deep tech. We try to shy away from biotech, biopharma, hardware in terms of medical devices, but ultimately we do invest in AI and software and deep tech from seed to Series B stage. We may do some pre-seed and some later stage rounds, but ultimately that is the effort.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Guillermo, all yours.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. So thank you for inviting me. Looking forward to seeing the startups. About Gohub Ventures, it's a fund based in Valencia, in Spain, with 90 million under management in 2 funds. One is 30 million, and it's already invested, and it's in this investment exit phase. And then another one, 60 million, that is currently being invested. We invest in B2B SaaS, software as a service, which now is a lot of AI with the convergence of AI and services, and it's becoming very interesting because it's all I have done in my life before startups and VC was corporate services, and now everything is converging there, and it's a very interesting time also for me. So we invest in seed stage, so companies that already have some traction and are trying to get to the Series A. We invest tickets between 300K and 2 million, the sweet spot being 1 million. Yeah, so companies that already have perhaps a few 100,000 in traction and are trying to get to the million or more to raise the Series A. And we are related we are part of a group related to the Valencia water utility. So we have a big group behind, but we are not a corporate VC in the usual sense that we need approvals from the investments, or we need something related to the corporation. We just share the main shareholder, and we have complete independence and a financial goal, not a strategic goal. So that kind of a bit of the best of both worlds. Perfect. And in terms of investments, yeah, we have 35. And right now, other than the horizontal focus in B2B SaaS, we have some focus on health tech. So basically B2B SaaS for health, not deep tech like biotech, and horizontal B2B SaaS, some defense as well this year, but then that changes year by year. Yeah, so that's about it.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Guillermo. And Teresa, all yours.
Hi, thank you very much for the invitation. Easo Ventures, we are a venture capital fund based in the Basque country. We invest in B2B tech companies, that is primarily industrial and technological companies with a strong technological backing. These are software companies and also hardware-based companies. And regarding the stage, we invest mainly in seed and Series A phases. And geographically, we invest in companies based in Spain. We take investment tickets from 100,000 to 3 million per companies. And it's a pleasure to take part in today's event, and I'm delighted to learn more about the companies that will be participating.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Teresa. So the first one is Maria from PhotoKrete. Now, Maria has been having problems sharing her screen. So I hope we don't now have problems, Maria.
Let's try.
And just a word of warning to the rest. If you could start sharing just before you're due to come on, you know
Can you see it?
Order. Yeah.
Yes, fantastic.
Yes. All right, Maria, it's all yours. You know the score, 4 minutes for the pitch. And when you see me appear back on screen, it's time to stop.
Thank you.
Okay,
so good morning. Sorry?
I was just saying good luck.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's all yours. Sorry, I was literally just saying good luck. Go, all yours. Sorry.
Okay, good morning. My name is Maria Saiz. I am the CEO of PhotoKrete, and PhotoKrete is a climate deep tech in the construction sector that has developed the first mortar capable of reducing its surface temperature under solar radiation, reducing the temperature more than 30 degrees and generating a cooling effect in cities up to 12 degrees during heat waves like this week in Basque country. So now is the only known and scalable solution to mitigate urban heat island effect. PhotoKrete has 4 key advantages. First of all, an enormous potential to reduce energy consumption in air conditioning in buildings, more than 70% of savings. This supposes, of course, a huge impact reducing carbon and greenhouse gases. And as I told you before, we have a great potential to mitigate urban heat island effect in cities. But the most important thing for the industry is that PhotoKrete doesn't require any investment for the cement sector. The production process is very simple. We use commercial raw materials and very cheap raw materials, so the technology is ready to be used just now to reach the sea. Well, the origin of the technology is an Horizon 2020 Pathfinder, and well, we are, as a result, in a spin-off from the Spanish Research Council and the public universities of the Basque Country and Navarre, and we have now 3 patents. Well, the market is very huge and expect to be double in 2030, but the most interesting thing is our specific niche, that is special mortars with a very interesting price margin, and we are now in pre-scale stage, so very interesting price margin. Well, the competition photo is interesting too, both in durability and cooling performance, but in price competition too. This is the price. This kind of products have the same price as PhotoKrete, and the versatility of PhotoKrete is very high too, because we are cement. We are the most used material in the world, so we are present in buildings, urban landscapes, home renovation, new residential and office buildings, urban furniture, and public facilities. The first market entry of PhotoKrete is focused just in home renovation. Is our focus now, but we are present too in industrial construction, agricultural assets, logistics centers, data centers, and we have a very interesting channel to be used as base of photovoltaics too. This is the team that combines excellent science and business performance, our last awards, and we are working now with 3 partners, the industrial partners, with Calcinor and Baumit. Baumit is the first player in mortar plasters in Europe, working in mind with EICA, with their insulation panels. And our first product is this facing brick with Brainco that we have present in a fair during March, and will be in the market in autumn, so we can enter in the construction sector quickly. And this are the demonstrators during the summer, that it's the most interesting time for us, with a lot of hot. And what the spin-off is growing now. We are 13 people in the company, and we aspire to make a real change in the construction sector, and we are aspiring we need 400,000 during this year, with a follow-on of 2 million during the next year. And this is all. Thank you.
Brilliantly timed as well, Maria. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, it's all yours. I'll leave it up to you to choose the order. Maybe Tomás, you'd like to go first this time because you're first on screen, but as you see fit.
So thank you, Maria. Great presentation. So I wanted to ask, namely on the ICP and the use cases, because you mentioned buildings, urban landscapes, industrial. So you have a multitude of potential customers.
Yes.
And what's your, how will you target? Who will you target first, and afterwards, what is the strategy there moving forward? Well,
the first strategy is entering in renovation, both in industrial and residential market, because it's the easiest. The regulation of construction is very, very strict, so it's easier entering in renovation than in new home and new industrial buildings. So that's the strategy, and in a strategy that we haven't planned, that is public facilities, because the public institutions are now organizing a lot of sandbox to develop new technologies to solve the urban heat island effect, like in Barcelona. So we thought that with public sector we will have to wait 2 or 3 years, but no. We are now with public facilities, above all pavements. pavements in public architecture. So, well, the market sometimes is surprising, and well, normally the public is used to be the last client, and is surprising us. So.
Yeah, shall I go?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so thank you, Maria. It's very interesting and very appealing. I know the heat in Spanish cities and it's terrible. So yeah, so questions from my side. A couple of things. Are you going to do manufacturing yourself or licensing, or how was the business model?
Both, because we have to industrialize our blend, to sell the blend to the different industrial partners, to introduce our technology in pre-industrial products. So our focus is having an industrial capacity to send blend to the rest of the partners, and of course we will have to agree different agreements in different areas, because the logistic costs are very high. Our logistic is tons and tons and tons. So, for example, to go to Mexico or to go to India, we had to agree with local partners, not only because of logistic, but because of national regulations. So,
okay.
And then,
sorry. Yeah, no, just based on that, yes. So I'm not a manufacturing guy. I'm more from software and services. But then, how does that work in terms of capital expenditure? So these funds that you are raising now, are they for building the manufacturing part? And then what more funding needs will you have until you can manufacture?
No, the first manufacturing plant, the pre-industrial plant, is that why we need 2 million the next year. So the first, the pre-industrial plant, that is only a plant of 500 tons a year, no more. To have an industrial plant, you have to produce 20 tons a week minimum. So, but the pre-industrial plant is expected to start the next year, and we need that 2 million. So it's capex. The capex, more of the needs of capital we need is capex, of course. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Maria. Just one question from my side. As I know, construction materials require certifications.
Yes.
Which certifications do you already hold, and which are still missing to sell at scale?
Yes, the certifications are very important. That's why our strategy is collaborate with construction partners, because the facing brick we have is certificated. The ordinary facing brick is yet certificated. So the certification of PhotoKrete facing brick is very easy. So we have started certification. We already have started with that. It is very easy because the base product you are using is already certificated, and our mortar too. So normally the problems will come, but the strategy is that to go quickly, collaborating with others that have the products already certificated is very quickly, or more quickly. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Maria. We'll say goodbye to you and bring on Ander from Zeru Drones.
Hello. Can you
Sorry,
hear me?
just a reminder to the rest, if you could start sharing just before you come on, that would be great. Got you there, Ander. Just there you go. Brilliant. So yeah, 4 minutes for the pitch, and when you see me back on screen, it's time to finish up. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ander Maesteri, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Zeru Drones. At Zeru, we automate industrial inspections in complex environments through autonomous drones. The problem is that industrial downtime is a massive pain point. Okay, every hour a bridge crane stops or a heavy machine fails, thousands of euros are lost. And a current inspection means stopping production, mounting scaffolds, and putting workers at risk. It's manual, slow, and dangerous. And in many cases, it's a reactive way of maintaining these assets. Standard drones fail here because they lose signal in complex GPS-denied and high interference environments of heavy industries and infrastructures. Zeru provides the only hardware-agnostic AI brain for autonomous inspections. Okay, so we have developed 4 core technologies that turn any drone of the market into an intelligent inspector. This approach allows us to adapt to the client's needs faster and without the cost of custom hardware, because we don't create or sell drones. We are software. Our process is seamless. One click for launch, autonomous navigation for the drones through the assets through each part. Then we collect all the data and we analyze all the data with AI, and we sync with the maintenance system of the clients for the intelligent reports. We report in 3D models, in PDF, or with work orders. We deliver zero human risk, 7% faster inspection, and 50% cost reduction. But a single flight is just a photo. Recurrence is what creates the change. We move clients from reactive to predictive maintenance into anomalies before they become failures. We use a scalable SaaS model, a setup fee integration, plus a recurring license. We are targeting an industrial infrastructure and power utilities sector, and we are targeting a 12.8 billion niche. Our goal for 2030 is an $85 million sum by becoming a standard for autonomous monitoring. As you see, Zeru sits alone in the multi-industry and high autonomy quadrant, while giants like DAI depend on GPS and other competitors are single-use environments. Zeru is built for high interference and complex industrial environments. We are validating this with leaders like HH Cranes. We are in advanced talks with logistics integrators, and we have just been awarded the national I+ Drone Prize for Aerospace Innovation of an year. We are backed by NVIDIA and Amazon Web Service, and our team is ready to scale. We are opening a 350K seed round to expand our engineering team to accelerate our commercial deployment. So let's talk and transform this together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ander, and well timed. So guys, all yours. Teresa, as you went last, would you like to go first this time?
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much for the presentation. I would like to know, how do you differentiate from established drone inspection providers and also from utilities that bring this capability in-house?
The first one is that, for example, the DJI, generic AI software isn't built for real-time navigation in metallic or environments. We have developed a proprietary SLAM and sensor fusion algorithms, so we solve the specific interference problems of heavy industry. Then there are a lot of solutions that use DAI, for example. All the data is processed in Chinese servers. This is another thing that our clients doesn't like. And there are a lot of other solutions that create hardware. It's another way of doing things, but we think that if we want to be fast and we want to grow, we have to be capable of using any type of drones, and that's our goal.
Okay, great, thank you.
Guillermo, do you want to go?
Yes, sure. Thank you. So if I understood correctly, then your main product is the software, no? So you don't provide drones, and you also don't provide the inspection service. You just provide the software for people to install in their any drone that can be made more capable with your software. So that's great. That's very interesting, and I think that's a trend that's going on of making standard software more capable, or standard hardware more capable using software. So related to that, so what traction do you have right now? I just wanted to understand your stage in terms of what revenues you have. You mentioned some of the people or the companies that you're working with, and then why 350K? Is it your first round, or why? Or would you consider raising more? Why not more? Why that amount? Yeah, these are my two questions.
Okay. The first one is that we have been working in this for the last 2 years. We start in sectors as energetic and construction. So we have until now our main clients were from there. We are working with them, and now we are entering in this industrial niche because of the thing that I was telling to Teresa, no, of the SLAM, of the interference zones. So in the industrial part, we have just one client, that is GH Cranes. We are in advanced talks with other providers, but they aren't close yet. But our main clients are from mainly construction and then energy sectors. The second question was about the money, no?
Yeah. The first one was also about the revenues or the traction that you have right now. Yeah, and the second one about the why the 350K. Yeah, why not more?
Okay, so our monthly revenue is more or less 70,000 euros
monthly. Okay.
Monthly. It's our first round. We have been in the founders put some money in the beginning. We have a couple of public funding, and we are seeking this round mainly for engineering talent and commercial expansion. I think that we have a solid software that we can commercialize, and I think that I need this as a support to expand this.
Thanks.
And finally, I mean, my other colleagues have also, I wanted to understand also the client's attraction, why the 350K, why you believe you'll win. So it leads me to ask you, what is your biggest challenge right now, Ander?
My biggest challenge, I think, that is the talent acquisition right now, and that's why I need smart money. I need people to connect to other talent, and I need visibility too.
Perfect. Okay, thank you very much, Ander. Well presented and well answered. So we'll let you go, and I'll bring on Josette from Process Talks. Thank you for doing the sharing, Josette, before. I'll be back in 4 minutes' time, so it's all yours.
Thank you very much. So let me introduce Maria. She's an accountant of an important law firm. Maria is object of two distractions. The first one is their colleagues, but the important ones, it's what Maria really makes her underperforming. It's on the digital Maria. She has to connect the data from several apps, and this is not this is a well-known problem. It's called digital multitasking, and it's the elephant in the room today. It's not a problem only for Maria, it's a problem for you and for me. We typically use around 10 to 15 apps daily, and that causes several interruptions, and the consequences is underperforming, okay? So this is a massive opportunity for us, so you can automate part of this task that you currently done manually. And we at Process Talks have already done that. We built an automation platform. It's a very technical platform that allows a user from natural language descriptions deploy solid, robust and deterministic automations that can help you into relegating this task that you need to do manually to a machine that does that for you. And this is what we did in the past. What's the next step? The next step is actually sector verticalization on top of this platform. So the idea is this platform is admittedly a bit clumsy for non-technicians. So why not to talk to sectors and simply gather automations that are very important for them and deploy a simplified UI, UX for their sectors for particular automations. I think the best is to use an example here. So we are now working with the tax association professionals in Spain, and they told us several automations that are important for them. But I think the best thing is to look at the prototype for the platform we are building. So in this, you can simply say one of the problems they have, for instance, is when they have to onboard clients digitally, they need to ask for every client, every type of document, they need to verify themselves manually. So why not to simply do this with AI, just doing these checks for the right document, and the professional only needs to select the documents, and behind this platform, we have the platform that takes care of that, use AI when it's needed, and so on. And this is just one example of process, but there are several other processes. And that is the idea that we want to exploit in this business. So not only for the tax association professionals, but now we already talk in the past to the administrative and accountancy units, and so on and so forth. This is what we call horizontal expansion of the idea. And why not to also look, and this is what we are doing now with, for instance, automation and logistics. And the idea is the same. You talk to the sector, understand what are the automations that they care, and build on top of our platform, which is the solid rock, where we build the software, the technology for them, a simplified way, okay? So why to invest in us? We are talking about very low CapEx and very reduced OpEx, because at the end of the day, we already have this solid automation platform which uses AI when needed. And we estimate a very low expense ratio. That means that the business, it will be profitable from the early beginning. And there is a ripple effect for adjacent sectors and horizontal expansion. So we talk about tax, but we also talked about administrative and then accountancy. And every time you move on the right in this horizontal expansion, the effort is less and less, okay? So we're talking about a very flexible seed investment round. And the good news is that we are a deep tech company, and actually we already secured EU funds for technology that for the next 3 years of more than $500,000 for technology that is related to this business. And of course, this here you have the use of funds that is mostly consolidating the team. Thanks a lot. I will be willing to talk to you and answer any questions you may have.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Giuseppe. Guillermo, you're the only one that hasn't gone first yet. So if you'd like to go first, and then I guess Tomás, and then Teresa.
Yeah, sure. So thank you. Very interesting sector and many things going on there right now. So yeah, first thing would be, if I understood correctly, so you do deterministic automation, not AI-driven, no? So if that's correct, then my question would be, do you provide mostly services on existing platforms, so you have your own proprietary software platform? And if it is the second one, how it's different from the traditional robotic process automation that has been around for quite a while for the likes of UiPath and this kind of companies?
Thanks, Guillermo. Indeed, yes, we do have our own platform, and this is the effort of technicians arising from the university in the last 3 years. We are experts in automation, in NLP, and all these things. And it's our own platform. It's completely ours. The second question is, we are not doing only RPA, but we do any of the other possibilities. We have generative AI as a very important part of our product. This platform is a hybrid automation platform, meaning that you can execute in the cloud, but also locally. So it's a very complex platform that we are really today serving more than 100 users and are around 20 to 30 corporates. So it's already an asset that we have. I don't know if this answers your questions.
Thank you.
So thank you, Jose. I understood the problem. I understood the solution. I understood, then Guillermo also mentioned on the competition and differentiation, which I was also hoping to ask, but that's covered. So I would ask, in terms of your background in your team, what made you start to build Process Talks and also the team that you've assembled.
Yeah. We are a spin-off. Thanks, Thomas. We're a spin-off from the university. We are professors that 5 or 6 years ago we started building technology. We were leading projects at the EU level and being researchers, well-reputed researchers at the EU level. And really, what made us to start the company is that we see, and that is pre-ChatGPT stuff. We see a lot of potential of natural language processing and automation and BPM and so on. So we were leading projects on there, and we realized that there was a wave. So we were right, at that point, before of having all this eruption of ChatGPT. So at the beginning, we were building technology pre-ChatGPT, and then we move on with this technology today.
Okay. When did you start commercially with Process Talks?
So commercially, we started in 2020. We started with a different technology. It was a modeling technology, modeling for business processes. But then we realized 3 years ago, in 2022, we realized that automation was important. So we simplified modeling and incorporated automation to really give that to non-technical users. That was the pivot at that time.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. In my case, I have one question regarding your current commercial traction, and that is, what is your average ticket right now, and which use case converts best?
So typically, it's a compound ticket, because for the clients that we have, we do two things. And that is a very important question for this presentation, because we not only sell a SaaS license to them, but we also sell consultancy on top of our product. So that is what made us to think, hey, every time we need to have a new client in our current platform, we need to deploy the process on their name. Why not to ultra simplify? So going back to your question, the average ticket, so the license per month is about 50 euros, something like that. But then consultancy that goes with that, we charge consultancy at 100 euros per hour, and it's typically 6 to 7 hours per month, typically.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Giuseppe, and well-timed, everybody. You did it brilliantly with the questions. I'll bring on Unai. Thank you for sharing, Unai, and good luck. As you know, I'll be back in 4 minutes.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Unai. I'm the founder and CEO. And first of all, sorry for my voice because I'm a bit sick, so I will try to do my best in this sense. This person is John Garcia. John leads business development in a European industrial company, and his company every year expends more than €500,000 in expanding to new markets in trade affairs, partners, databases, outbound campaigns, etc. John has tried everything. CRMs, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, databases, email automation, spreadsheets, etc. But despite all these tools, his team has to still manually decide which industry to target, which companies to prioritize, when to reach out, what to do, what to say, and what to do next with them. John really doesn't have a tools problem. He has a decision problem. And this is exactly where most existing sales tech tools fail. Most sales platforms are built to help teams to do more, manage pipeline, build new lead lists, automate outreach, or increase activity. However, industrial business development is not just an activity problem. It's like a prioritization problem. And John really is not alone, because thousands of industrial and traditional B2B companies in Europe manage sales just in the same way, through fragmented tools, disconnected signals, and manual decisions. So the real bottleneck is not just sending more messages or having more leads. It's knowing which company to approach, when to approach it, and what moment really matters. And that's why we built Neety. Neety helps industrial B2B teams know where to focus, which company matter most, why they matter now, who to contact, and what to do next with them. So instead of adding more noise to the sales stack, Neety gives industrial teams a clear way to open new markets and generate qualified conversations. And this is already happening, because more than 50 companies trust already Neety. With 4 simple steps, Neety can start working in an industrial company. The sales team receives clear next actions, who to contact by now, what to say, when to follow up, or meetings that already has been closed. So the goal is not to add another complex tool to the stack. The goal is to give the business development team a system that can actually work from. And it's a subscription-based platform added to a credit-based system, starting from 5K tickets per year and based on seats and credits. We validated with more or less 150K of ARR. Now we are focusing sharply on industrial B2B to scale our sales with this target. And the 3 of us, we are computer engineers, BBA graduates. We join together to make real impact in business. And we are not fundraising right now, but we are starting to plan our next seed round. So we are open to early conversations with investors who believe in Neety. So thank you so much.
Brilliant. Well done, Unai, particularly being not terribly well. So Tomás, if you'd like to start, then Teresa, then Guillermo.
Right, thank you for the presentation. So, and also congrats on the traction. So more than 15 companies trust Neety. You have now about 145K in ARR. How do you see the end of the year? How do you think you'll end up by December 2026? And also, how is your strategy to getting these companies, these customers?
Very nice questions. Thank you, Tomás. We plan to finish this year with 360K of ARR. That's 30K of MRR approximately, with approximately 100 customers actively, 300 average ticket with them. And we are approaching them with different type of strategies. First of all, we have a content strategy on LinkedIn with this type of ICP that gives with low CAC, high lifetime value. So the relation is so nice in this type of channel. Then we have SDR type of acquisition plan also. And then we have partners and collaborators Cámara de Comercio here in Spain, for example, consultancies, agencies that help this type of companies, industrial companies, to open new markets internationally and nationally also. So I don't know if I have answered your question, but that's more or less.
Yeah. And what is what's the channel? Is the content strategy the one that's really the best working here?
Yeah. The content strategy, it's working so nice, really. In the last month, we have more or less 1 million of impressions in LinkedIn with your content, with and related with or with ICP, like 80% of people who have engaged with our content was ICP. We have received like a 40 or 50 demos with only content in this month. For example, in May, and this is increasing. We have we know how to scale this part of content also. So yeah, the best one is the lifetime value CAC relation. It's this one, absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We have talked about customer acquisition, but how do you manage a customer retention? I mean, what measures and what actions do you take in this sense?
That's an incredible question also. We have a customer success team inside of the company. So monthly, we try to focus on reducing our churn because we have detected a peak some months ago. That was we have seen that it's because learning curve in our product, in the first product, was a bit high for our ICP. So now we are launching a new product for September, and this will be like a big change in this sense. We expect to have more pipeline, like opportunities that has been lost because of the learning curve of the platform that will come, and also churn reduction. So yeah, every month we take a look to the churn. We analyze every why, and we have also a customer success team for the retention part.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Teresa.
Yeah, so I was also going to ask about retention. So the only thing I would be missing there is if you have some metrics, some retention or churn metric to share. But then I had another question that I also had, that is, what's your deliverable, the meeting setup, or just some leads? And then are you using AI or people, or what mix to get this? Yeah. Because the place that both converge is that this is becoming a very crowded sector, no? So how you get differentiated and how that looks in the retention metrics.
Okay, thank you, Guillermo, for the questions. First of all, the metrics among retention and churn, we had approximately 6% of churn among MRR in the sense MRR ARR. And then apart from among the differentiations, we are focusing to give the result to the company. This type of industries, they must connect 10 different sales tools to have the real final thing, that is the meeting with these international partners, so international potential customers, no? So we have a North Star metric in their company, or we every month track the meetings and the qualified conversations that we obtain for each company, and we always try to optimize this among no way. It's not important the technology. The important is the results that we give to the customer in this sense, and that we have seen that if we increase the North Star metric, also the churn it's decreasing. Apart from the learning curve thing that I have talked about previously, but yeah, that's it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I hope you're feeling better soon. And I'll now bring on Tomás and his screen. Thank you for sharing, Tomás, and all yours. I'll be back in 4 minutes.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So I'm Tomás Delapierre. I'm one of the co-founder of Alhomna Systems and its CEO, and we're here to tackle the problem of waste transportation. So most of the sludge that we transport, the majority is just water, 79%. So liquid waste management is mostly the management of water. And so the real problem behind is that we pay to transport and evaporate this water. For a truck that is 2 euros per kilometers and 100 for the waste management, it's about 1,000 per round per truck. And the paradox of the co-product is for the industrials, it's easier for them to pay to remove these co-products than to transform it on site. And the reason why is because the machinery for that is ultra energy intensive. So usually it's only for nobles, high value products. But the opportunity that comes in is the energy coming from the sun, which is a free resource. And how do we harness this energy to use it usefully for that transformation is the solar dry. So we put in the sludge, the sun is being concentrated through the lens, and that heats up. Then we have vapor. So the outcome is recondensed water, the dry matter, and a little bit of electricity production during 8 hours of day of light. So compared to the competition, which has high OPEX, that's where we pull our needle. The differentiation is that we come into a compact modular size. We can modify the machine to be in between 2 meters to 12 meters long, depending on the needs of the production site. And that unlocks a massive market of $35 billion euros. Sorry, and we the service that we do is through 2 verticals: either upcycling the byproducts or reducing the treatments for the OPEX, reducing the volumes, especially for biogas plant production, the digestate, or the sludge for the water treatment stations. So we did a little use case, for example, the cost for a small wastewater treatment plant, so 2,500 inhabitants, their cost for the transport and the management of the sludge is 25,000 euros per year. And if we can hygienize and dehydrate the sludge, that can be sold as compost, and it would be a revenue of 4,000 per year. Same as for the beverage. So transforming the bio-waste, the pulp, into food for the animals, for cows, for example, transform a cost of 6,000 per year to 60,000 revenue per year. So at the moment, we are more than talking. We have a conversation with Sacyr, a French producer of cosmetics, and Kookaburra, which is the juice producer. But through the BIND program, we are doing the proof of concept with Repsol, which is the small version, mobile version of the solar dry that we are currently building. And sorry, yes. So quickly, the idea is to do the prototype, do the fundraising in 2027, and go for the commercial rollout in 2028. The team for that, but I'll come back to that later. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Thomas. And sorry, I think I put you off by appearing on screen, but we'd hit the 4 minutes. So Guillermo, maybe you'd like to go first, as obviously this is very highly linked to water.
Yes, although the fund is more into the software side, but then just what would you say is the bottleneck in deployment? So you first need to develop the prototype, no? But then how does the go-to-market look like, and what are the bottlenecks there? Well, both in the go-to-market and also in the development of the products that you can sell.
Yes. So at the moment, with Repsol, we are doing the proof of concept. We need the data, the real on-site data of the KPIs of the machine to be able to know how we can applicate this the same machine for other needs. So it's going to be a 12 months program around this POC. And then the version 2 before commercializations in 2028.
Okay. So the main one you're doing is with Repsol, no? That's the one that
Yes,
you are hinging around.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
So and in parallel to that, we are doing on-site like we did for Kookaburra. We're selling I can't remember the name of it. Sorry, a bit stressed today. Selling prestation. Sorry. Studies, use case studies.
Okay, makes sense. So you're selling that in parallel as developing the product with Repsol, no? Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Tomás, would you like to go, or Teresa?
Yeah, we're mostly at Indico, we're mostly software investors, and very interesting what you're doing, Tom. So I'd be interested to know more about your background, how it started.
So I'm myself a general engineer. It's just that I was in Australia through the mega fires, and I just needed to tackle this problem. And what I could do at the beginning on my own was building and programming machines. And then I met Marie. She's got a PhD in microbiology. So she's the one on the side of how do we valorize the sludge or the bio products, and Jocelyn is the one actually doing the prototyping and mechanical engineering around the machine.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for all the information. I have only one question regarding who is the paying customer. I don't know if it's agricultural cooperatives, industrial, waste managers.
Yes. So the actual client is either the industrial production site, which wants to reduce their OPEX cost, the transporting cost of the sludges. So either digestate in the case of biogas production plants, they can either lower the cost per trucks sent to the fields, or raise the radius of delivery of those sludges. And same for the water treatment stations. It's they're the buyers to reduce the cost of transport.
Okay, thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Tomás. Just before I bring on the last startup, which is Carlos, we'll just answer a quick question, which we've done on the chat, but somebody was asking how to get to pitch here. It would be applying to the next cohort of the Buying Platform Acceleration Program. I've seen that Marianne's and I both answered. I answered incorrectly. Marianne gave the correct figures. The new call will open on July the 2nd and carry on until September the 4th. So with that, we'll bring on the last one, Carlos, and Carlos's screen. Thank you very much, Carlos. And I'll be back in 4 minutes' time. Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carlos Bernal Lopez. I'm head of technical growth at Electrogenos, and today I'm gonna tell you about one of the most disruptive technologies that I ever met during these 20 years working in green hydrogen technologies. Our purpose is simple. We want to break the barrier between green hydrogen and fossil hydrogen, and be able to produce hydrogen at 3 euros per kilo and unlock the multi-million market ahead of us. Many sectors, such as steel, ammonia, e-fuels, that they have a very difficult to electrify themselves, they will need green hydrogen. So what do? Well, we make electrolyzers. This is an electrochemical device that produces green hydrogen from water using renewable electricity. But what's the issue now? Well, the problem right now is that even with the Chinese technologies getting very cheap, they are not efficient enough to be able to achieve the green hydrogen cost that we are all expecting. They are not either very durable or very easy to adapt to the renewables yet. So if you want to get cheap green hydrogen, you need to get lower cost, high efficiency, and high durability. At Electrogenos, what we are bringing is an amazing and very nice electrocatalyst, a very nice new material that it is twice as active as platinum and 50 times cheaper than this noble metal. It is made of abundant and very cheap materials, and it improves the corrosion resistance of the system enormously. It leads to very amazing results. It can reach to very high efficiencies at low current densities. You see there that we can reach efficiencies close to the thermoneutral, close to 100% when we run at 0.3 amps centimeter square, but even much amazingly, it can go to very high current densities, not seen in this type of electrolysis so far, where you can reach efficiencies as high as 84%. This leads us to a very low cost. You can see in the screen, in the up part here, the level of 85 euros per kilowatt when we run the stack at 1 amp centimeter square. Therefore, we can allow our customers to get a reduction of hydrogen cost up to 43% because they will have a much higher utilization of their asset. They will have a much more high efficiency of the systems and therefore utilize much more the electricity that they use, and to have a lower cost, not only in the system, but also in the auxiliaries around it, because we will be producing much more hydrogen per volume of system because this high current density. You see here in this slide that we are quite ahead of our competition. We are even quite ahead of the Chinese competition because we are able to run at very high current densities with very high efficiencies. So we don't say that everything is solved. The opposite, we have still lots of things to do. We are still in the kilowatt stage. We need to go to the megawatt. This is what we've been doing right now with our partner Repsol in the Vine project. We just closed our seed round, where it will allow us to have our first pilot manufacturing line, hopefully in Vizcaya, in the next year or so, where we will hope to get megawatt size products ready for our customers. Our team is ready. Here you see my co-founders, Augusto and Alfredo, and we are ready with investors and very good partners to take the challenge ahead of us. So thank you very much for your attention.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Carlos. Teresa, would you like to go first now, and then maybe Tomás and then Guillermo?
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Carlos. I would like to have more detail about what is your capital strategy. I mean, I don't know if it's selling stacks, licensing the technology, building your own plants.
For now, we would like to make our own stacks with our proprietary technology and sell the stacks to system manufacturers. This is our main strategy. We are open to explore other possibilities, but we believe that this is the strategy that will protect much better our IP.
Okay. And do you have like industrial pilots, a letter of intent, and what is the point that you are in a commercial side?
Yeah, we are currently working with Repsol in different pilots. We have, having a collaboration with them, if I'm not mistaken, for the last couple of years. And we are about to close a pilot with a North American customer through a European project.
Okay, Great, thank you.
And thank you, Carlos. I think my question would be surrounding. My question would be surrounding how long have you been in building your electrolyzer? How long have you been working for Electrogenos?
Myself, a month. Electrogenos has been around for 3 years. I've been knowing the guys from the very beginning. And actually, they came to me when they were in the just very early phase, having just a very tiny cell with these very amazing results. And actually, a few months ago, called me with the kilowatt results and the good news that they had the seed round and wanted me to join them. I've been working in this for more than 20 years, working in different technologies and companies, engineering companies, and I believe it is now the good moment to help them to push. They've been 3 years working heavily in the lab, and now the plans is to go to the manufacturing phase.
And if I understood, you talked about the market, about the West, about China. So is Chinese technology in some shape or form? It's cheaper, right? In terms of technology, are their technology superior to European and the West technology, or that was not?
I mean, what it is cheaper. Superior is difficult to actually say because they are not very efficient yet, and they are not very easy to couple with renewables. So when you want to use them to produce low green hydrogen, it doesn't give the numbers that everyone would expect. So yeah, they're cheap, but they need still to get very efficient, that no one has any doubt that with time they will get there. So, yeah.
Thank you, Carlos.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So from my side, first thing I wanted to confirm is that basically your advantage is protected by patents, no? Your IP. That's the first thing, yeah? So then, and this catalyzer that makes the process more efficient, no? This catalyst. Is it possible that the incumbent companies can develop similar catalysts in parallel with slightly different technologies that wouldn't be covered by your patent, and what's your protections against that? Yeah, that's the first question. And the second question is, what milestones remain until you can do a commercial deployment, and how much capital you need for that until the whole thing?
Yeah. Regarding the first question, our IP is protected by patents and trade secrets. And regarding the actual chemistry, the composition of the material, well, I think it is not like rocket science, but it's about the manufacturing way of making the electrode and to give the right microstructure to really overcome the challenges that this specific technology is having. It is much more protected inside. What we believe it is by making the stack, we will be able also to protect much better than just maybe becoming an electrode manufacturer. There are other companies in Spain like Jolt or Mateco. Maybe you know Mateco from Valencia or from Alicante, I think they are, who are positioning themselves as electrode manufacturer. We believe that this is a bit risky, and for now we are going to try to make stacks. So our main challenge in order to do the stacks is the actual scalability. We need to go from this piece big now to a square meter size. So we need to make it. I don't think that will be very problematic. I think we will make it, but we will need to reproduce the very nice results that we have at the small site in large size, reproducible, make hundreds of them per year, and make able that we have a very nice reproducibility of the results during the next years. We are calculating that for this first pilot phase, we have the money that we need. This is what the seed phase was around. But to go to the next phase, that it would be more for the automatic online manufacturing, we would be needing between 10 and 15 millions to really have a full factory in place. Yeah.
Thanks.
Brilliant. Thank you, Carlos. And I'd just like to say, really well answered. I was impressed with your answers.
Thank you. Yeah, very appreciated.
Yeah. So guys, thank you very much. That's it, us for the day. Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you found the startups interesting. If you'd like us to connect you with any of them, I'll send you an email now. Just let me know, and the Bind team will put you in contact. And if any of you are in Madrid next week for South Summit, then drop me a line and we'll have a quick chat.
We'll be there.
All right. And for those of you that are online, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.